And a pleasant good evening and welcome to Grover C. Redford Gymnasium on the campus of Missouri Valley College as the Vikings tonight will take on the statesmen of William Penn University out of Oskaloosa. Good doubleheader tonight. Looking forward to the women's game, and Joe all alongside. Joe, this should be a good one. The Viking women with a big win the other day. Let's see if they can capitalize that and win again tonight.
Kind of weird, Ken. Here we are, game 22 of a 26-game conference schedule. The first time we've seen William Penn all year, but they've been an up-and-down team. They've been one of the leaders for most of the year in the conference race, but struggling a little bit here as of late.
I had a chance to visit with Tim Dixon.
Tim Dixon joins us before this ball game with William Penn. And, Coach, before we talk about tonight's game, I'll tell you, congratulations Saturday. That was a heck of a win over a good team.
Yeah, and that's the way we should be playing. And you know, when I put this team together, we had shooters and we have people who can go inside, and we did that all on Saturday. So I'm really happy about it. Happy for the kids for the most part. They worked hard and they deserve to win. We've been in so many close games. You know, when we've been ahead of ranked teams and we could just never finish it out. So really happy for the kids, and hopefully we'll continue that today.
And I'll tell you what, the defense was good. A lot of good defensive possessions.
Yeah, and overall, I think we played really well in the first half defensively, but then we let them kind of sneak back in the second half. We kind of got away from the things that really kind of built us that huge lead in the first half. So hopefully today we can do it all game long. We don't have to have something close, but you know, again, these guys are really athletic. We need to box out. We need to make sure we're defending cuts, and especially defending their ball screens. They're a ball screen team, so we just have to play the way we know how to defend and on our ball screen actions, and we should be okay.
Because of the postponement of this game, kind of strange. We're going to see this team twice the next week and a half.
Yeah, which is nice because then, you know, we know who they are, and we're still fresh in our mind when we go up and finish out the season with them. So, you know, it's going to be a good game, and they're struggling a little bit. I think they've only won 2 out of their last 6 or 7. So we just need to, you know, play like we played on Saturday and do the things that we know we're supposed to be doing and take care of the ball, and we should have a good night.
Coach, you take care of business, you'll make it the playoffs, you'll be right in the mix of things. So that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, and we kind of were hoping that we'd be in with that win on Saturday, but Culver upset William Penn, and so that kind of hurts us a little bit. So we're still in 11th, but if we win today, we should be okay. And we got some games coming up at home that should be fun, winnable games for us too. So you know, it's destiny. We can control our own destiny, and so I'm really excited about that. And we just need to pick up 1 or 2 wins in this homestand. I think we'll be doing really well.
Coach, we'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, guys.
So there you hear a couple comments from Tim Dixon, and now just let's hear from Will Scott, the head coach of the Statesmen.
Okay, chatting now with William Penn's women's coach, Willie Scott. Coach, you've been kind of the surprise team of the conference. Most of the year, you've been right up there battling Baker, Benedictine, Mid-America, and Central Methodist for those top spots in the conference. Kind of a little bit of a slump now, lost 5 of your last 6.
Yeah, I mean, we started off really well playing together, and I think everybody's going through the same thing. I mean, we just kind of ran into a brick wall, and now we're trying to get over that hurdle. You know, we have to keep battling. I mean, it's not fun when you're losing, especially when you start off as well as we did, but we still have 5 games left, and I think we could turn it around. And if we're going to peak, we need to peak now.
We got 3 girls averaging in double figures. You got Elisa Phillips, Sarah Henson, and Vashti Wabarucha.
They're great players. I mean, they've played together. They worked out over the summer, so they're getting better. We're real excited about that, but we need about 3 more to get double figures.
All right, so there you have some comments from Willie Scott, also some comments from Tim Dixon. We're about ready to go. The Vikings go with Dee Dee McCoy, Ashley Ward, Haley Meyer, Veronica Petkova, and Dasha Ivanova. That's the lineup the Vikings have had some success with lately. Vashti Wabarucha is 10.4 a game, starting for the Statesmen, along with Gian Geraldo, Jessica Warren, and also in the starting lineup is, I believe, Sarah Hansen is also, Jessica Warren is in the starting lineup along with Morgan Neely, and also Kate Ilatalo. So there you have the starting lineup. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of the audience. Any retransmission of the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Tonight's game also on KMMO Radio in Marshall. A big thanks to everyone at Marshall, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram for making this broadcast on KMMO possible. The Viking women are wearing their pink uniforms tonight, cancer awareness uniforms, and the dark blue for the Statesmen. We're underway, and the Vikings control the tip. It is Ivanova with a basketball. She gives it up quickly to Haley Meyer. Meyer back to Ivanova on the wing. Back out to Haley. Fires a three to start the game. Misses, but as she did Saturday, a big offensive rebound for Petkova. Gives it back out to Ivanova. Ivanova round to Didi McCoy. Didi to Ivanova against a zone defense played by the Statesman. McCoy's shot won't go. Rebound grabbed in the corner by Ilatalo. Ilatalo with a basketball. And she'll give it off to Morgan Neely. Neely, a little point guard, 5'4", working at the top of the key. Now works the right side. We're just underway, no score. Ilatalo works it corner to Geraldo. Geraldo back out front to Ilatalo. Ilatalo gives it off to Neely. Neely back to Ilatalo. There's a pass down low. Turnaround. Short jump shot. No good as the shot clock buzzer sounds as Wabaruchu missed that shot. Petkova with the rebound. Here she comes. Drives down the middle. Kicks it off to Ward for two. Good start.
Basket one, I believe.
And a foul. So Ashley Ward with a chance to get a three-point play. Nice assist by Petkova.
Ken, I'd say the Vikings are decked out in bright pink uniforms, but the other night I called our purple uniforms blue, so you might not want me describing the colors here tonight.
You've got these right.
Okay,
here.
all right.
Neely picked up the foul, her first. Free throw is no good. So the Vikes up 2-0. Just underway the doubleheader tonight. Glad to have you with us on KMMO Marshall and also on moval.edu. Vikings going to work defensively. Geraldo back out front. They run a little weave. Neely's going to fire an outside shot. That one rims in and out. Petkova, yet another rebound for Veronica.
Veronica's really stepped up and played big the last two games. A huge game against Central Methodist, a double-double.
McCoy to Petkova. Petkova back to the left-handed dribble, top of the key. Circles around, free throw line extended, loses the ball, but gets it out to Ward. Ward, 27 points on Saturday. Ivanova drives to the basket. This one's knocked away, goes out of bounds, and she's the last one to touch it. And coming in now for the Statesman is Sarah Hansen, a 5'5" junior.
Sarah Hansen, one of the leading scorers on this team. She averages in double figures, 11.6. Didn't start, though.
I think about four of his normal starters did not start this game tonight, and I think Coach Scott, after that three-game losing streak, is trying to shake things up just a little bit. Here's Hansen down to the high post, and Geraldo walked with it. She turned to throw the ball. There was nobody open, and she traveled. So the Vikes up 2-0. We've played a couple of minutes. Ivanova top of the key. Now a man defense by the Statesman. And buzzer sounds again. And Bronisha Mosby, the 5'9" sophomore, comes in. So Mosby into the lineup. And Statesman left Oskaloosa about noon today. Here's Haley Meyer, high post. Gets it to Petkova. Petkova bounce pass to Didi. Drives inside. Short jumper, no good, off the front of the rim. And that rebound is pulled down by Wabarucha. Wabarucha top of the key. Fires it underneath. Off the glass. That was easy. And the bucket is good by Jessica Warren. Nice give and nice pass inside, and Warren laid it off the glass.
Warren, a pretty good-sized girl. They list her at 6'3". She's out of Park Forest, Illinois.
Here comes Ivanova baseline. Nowhere to go with it. Double team. Gets it into McCoy, and she was wide open underneath. The double team on Ivanova. That let McCoy open underneath. It's 4-2.
Not too many teams forget about Deidre McCoy, but William Penn did that time. Good look by Ivanova to find her down low.
And that cost him. Here's Neely to Wabarucha. Kicks it back in the corner to Neely. Lob it underneath again. Shot is no good by Warren, but she's fouled. And you can see right now what the Statesmen want to do, get that ball into the 6'3" gal.
Yeah, they do. And that foul on Dee Dee McCoy. Dee Dee did all she could do right there. Tried to go up and block the shot, but whacks Warren on the arm. So 2 shots for the 6'3" senior.
She has the only 2 points by the Statesmen. They trail 4-2. She'll shoot 2 here. First one is on the way and no good. We'll go over the rest of the schedule. Only 2 games tonight in the league, both makeups. Of course, this one and then Mid-American Nazarene is at Clark tonight. That's it on this Monday night. Second free throw also no good, and Ivanova with a rebound.
2 identical shots, both of them inside the rim, and then they both pinballed out.
Now they give it off to Ward. Ward, top of the key to Petkova. To Meyer. Down to McCoy. Nice move. Shovels it underneath to Ivanova. Back out to Meyer. Meyer to Petkova. Petkova puts it on the floor. 13 on the shot clock. Ivanova in traffic. Gives it off to Ward. Baseline, nowhere to go. Now back to Ivanova. She gets it on the right side. The little gal stayed around the lane. Finally got it to her. She laid it in.
Yeah,
6-2.
Good patience, good ball movement by the Vikings that time against that William Penn zone.
Playing well Saturday and off to a good start here, up 6-2. Top of the key. They give it off to Hansen. Now swinging around. Here's a long 3 on the way. This off the heel of the rim by Neely. Offensive rebound for the Statesmen. Now knocked away by the Vikings. Out of bounds.
Yeah, and that time getting the offensive rebound, Warren tried to split the double team, and it could have been called for an offensive foul. She went right through the middle of 2 Vikings, moved them both out of the way.
6:05 to go in this first half. Again, glad to have you with us on KMMO also tonight.
Yeah, a little shot clock discrepancy, I guess.
11 seconds on the shot clock, and checking in again is Branisha Mosby. She'll inbound the ball, gets it inside. There's a shot off the glass, and that is good, and that's Wabarucha. Vashti Wabarucha's first 2 points. She averages 10.4 a game at 6-4.
Ought to be our trivia question. How do you spell Wabarucha?
It's not anything like it looks.
Kind
of like my last name.
It's got an N and a G in it, and it's called Wabarucha, so go figure.
Well, I don't have a V or an A in mind. So
understand.
And there's a bad pass by the Vikings.
It's NWAGBAROCHA.
Yeah.
And how you get Wabarucha out of that, I don't know.
Inbounding the ball are the Statesmen, and Asia Roper into the contest. Ben's game about 20 minutes after this one. From the baseline, a 3 rims in and out. Warren had the rebound momentarily, lost it, picked up by Ward.
How many shots have rimmed in and out for William Penn so far?
Yeah, they've had kind of some tough luck shooting early in this game. Now they try to pass it underneath the Ward. It's knocked away at the last moment by Mosby.
Lisa Phillips checks in. She's the leading scorer on this team, averaging 14 points a game.
I think about 4 of these gals that normally start did not start tonight. And now he's kind of got his lineup in there now. Ivanova will inbound. 6-4, Vikings lead. 5:25 to go in the first half. Here's Ward. Backs it away. Off to Meyer. Good head and shoulder fake. Fires the outside shot. Hits it 2. Just inside the 3-point line. Haley Meyer's first bucket. Now 4 Vikings have scored. It's 8-4. Running the floor. Ball tipped away, but comes to Roper. Into the corner. 3 ball on the way. This one off the heel of the rim. No good. And it'll be chased down for momentarily by Ward. Did she lose it out of bounds? The officials are going to take a look and determine it was last touched by Ward on the far side.
Give Asia Roper credit. She made that call. Neither official saw it. Asia Roper pointing the William Penn direction, and that's the direction the officials decided.
All right, that's what you say. We're going to give it to the Statesmen. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. 8-4, Vikings with a lead, looking for their second in a row. Now here's the steal by McCoy. She'll take it all the way. Layup good. Vikings up by 6. McCoy has 4.
Good anticipation. Dee Dee stepped right in the lane, took that one in full stride, and took it coast to coast. She's got 4.
10-4, Vikings with a 6-point lead here in the first quarter. Out to the top of the circle to Mosby. Mosby, a couple of dribbles, almost lost it, fires at baseline. Here's a jump shot on the way, and this one again is no good by Hansen. She's really struggling to score. However, the putback is good. And I don't was
Elisa. That was Elisa Phillips.
Phillips
Yep.
number 0.
Yep.
5'11" senior. She was down there, and Wabarucha, but she's the one that put it in. So it's 10-6. Now Petkova fires a pass to Ivanova baseline, brings it back out. Meyer on the left wing. Ivanova free throw line, starts to drive in. She traps.
Yeah, she did. Petkova tried to pass, wanted to pass on the right wing, and the girl was covered, so she drugged that back foot. So ball back to the Statesman. Vikes up 10-6.
Jelena Webb checks in for Coach Scott. 10-6, 3:55 to go in the first quarter here in Marshall. Vikings with a lead. Now a foul on, believe it's going to be on Haley Meyer.
Yeah, somebody knocked Vashti Wabarucha to the ground that time. Yeah, they do call that on Haley. You're right.
Tim Dixon didn't like the call.
Second foul on the Vikings. William Penn has only one.
Mark Wallace is the official talking to him. Mark's up from my neck of the woods. Or what used to be, lives in Rolla now. That's a pretty good trip to come here to officiate a game from Rolla.
From Raleigh, yes it is.
That's where he lives now. So it's 10-6 after the foul. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Webb fires the outside shot, won't go, and the Statesmen are ice cold early in this game. 10-6. Quickly, here come the Vikings. Ivanova in the corner. Gives it back out to Petkova. She'll fire about a 17-footer. Good. Her first bucket. It's 12-6 Valley. Off to a good start as they got off to on Saturday.
Five different players have scored for the Vikes thus far.
And leading the way, McCoy with 4. 3:12 to go in the quarter. Top of the key, it goes to Mosby. Now another long three. This one rims in and out again. McCoy with the rebound. Here comes Dede. Vikings up by 6. McCoy top of the key. Gives it off to Ward. She'll start to drive on the left side and is fouled.
Wabarucha, I believe.
Wabarucha picks up the foul. That would be her first. And the second team foul on the Statesman. 3 home games this week. Tonight, Wednesday, Avila will be here. Saturday, Grandview. Ivanova will inbound the ball from underneath. As she gets it into Petkova. Petkova baseline, working against Wabarucha. Now to Ivanova, free throw line, 15-footer, nope, no good. Rebound comes away to the Statesman as Mosby has it. 1-on-2 on the break. Gives it off. Here's the drive and a block by Meyer.
Nice
Wabarucha
time.
took the shot. Meyer got all ball.
Great timing by Haley on that block. Very good defensive play.
Here's Petkova on the right side for the Vikes, up 12-6, 2:27 to go in the first quarter. Ivanova top of the key. Takes it strong to the basket. Nice pass underneath the Ward for 2. Great assist by Ivanova. Ward with a bucket. She has 4. It's 14-6. And a timeout taken by the Statesmen. The Vikings with a good first quarter.
2 very good passes by Dasha Ivanova. She got that first one to Deidre McCoy, and then that time she penetrated into the middle, took a couple players with her, and then found Ashley Ward wide open. So, again, it looks like maybe a little bit of that momentum from that big win over Central Methodist on Saturday is carried over into tonight's game for the Vikings.
Well, coming in for the Vikings, Alexis Boyd-Lockett. She'll wear number 10 tonight. Sierra Adams now on number 11 tonight. And Lindsey Denny, instead of 25, is 21 tonight. And they all check in. And coming in, it looks like for the Statesmen, Brianna McCrae. She is out of Racine, Wisconsin.
Well, we look tonight at the standings, Ken. The Vikings come in at 7-14. So right now they're, I guess you'd say, in 11th place in the conference race, but only a half game behind Culver Stockton, 1 game on the win column, and only, it looks like, maybe a game and a half behind Mount Mercy. So they can get hot. They can get hot here these last few games. They can move up a couple notches and be in the playoff.
This 4-game homestand is very important. Tonight's broadcast, not only on mobile.edu, but also on KMMO AM. And thanks to all the folks at Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for making the broadcast on KMMO possible tonight. After the timeout, the Statesmen down by 8, running a little weave out front. And then I think they're going to call Kashonda Williams. Foul is going to be called.
That's Dede's second foul, I think.
Second. As Kashonda Williams is fouled. Dede will check out. And she didn't understand the call, but the call was on her, and that brings Ashley Ward back into the lineup.
Yeah, that was what you call a ticky-tack foul.
So inbounding the ball is going to be Geraldo. Geraldo, here come the Statesmen. They throw it away. Or was the ball tipped? I didn't think so. And that was Shanique O'Brien, I believe.
Yeah, so far the Viking defense has taken William Penn right out of any offensive rhythm that they're looking for. They've done a good job, and that time just threw the ball away. So good D by the Vikings.
Turnover by Kashonda Williams. Here's Boyd Lockett, top of the circle to Adams. Vikings up by 8, late first quarter. High post to Petkova, her 15-footer, banks it in. Petkova has 4, and the lead is 16-6, a 10-point lead for Valley. Here's a shot from the baseline. This one is no good. Big rebound comes away to McCray. She'll put it back up. Traveled. No basket. She traveled with it. The Vikings up by 10 with the ball, and now Annetta Peterson will check in.
Boy, all kinds of jumbled numbers for the Vikings. Peterson got her. She's got number 1. Adams is wearing 11. She normally wears 22. You said Denny wearing 21, normally 25.
Somebody else. Lockett's wearing 10 instead of 3.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out.
Here is Ward, top of the key, out to Peterson. Peterson looks in for Petkova. Now back to Adams. Adams, top of the circle. Of course, the Viking women wearing those pink uniforms tonight. That's the reason for the different numbers.
You're sure they're pink?
Yep. Peterson off the long 3 by Peterson won't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Geraldo. It is a shade of pink, kind of a reddish pink.
Yeah, it is. They're attractive. I like them.
Here's a 15-footer up and no good. This shot was taken.
I bet
by Williams.
I bet William Penn's not shooting more than about 15% right now.
Yeah, we'll check their numbers because there's not much out there as far as the way they're shooting the basketball right now. They'll inbound the ball underneath, however, and Tyra Johnson, as Coach Scott is bringing about everybody in, trying to find somebody to get something done. Top of the key. Here's a shot. That one rims in and out. Rebound McCray. McCray gives it off to Ilitola. Now the ball knocked away by one of the Vikings, Ashley Ward. It'll still belong to the Statesman underneath with 21 on the shot clock. And now we see coming into the contest, Tessa Ramsey.
Yeah, Tessa's parents here the other day. I don't think they're here tonight, but they were here the other day.
Yeah, I think her mom's sitting right up there above the balcony.
Okay, Chris and Julie
and
her sister Ellen, all in attendance over the weekend. You say they're here tonight, so that's great.
I can see her mom right up top of the bleachers there.
They came over and talked to us the other day.
Here's a shot, no good. McCray offensive rebound, kicks it back out. They'll try it again. This one is good, and that's Geraldo who gets her first bucket.
And boy, give Brianna McCray credit. She's had 3 big offensive rebounds so far for William Penn.
So the Vikings lead is 16-9. And here's a turnaround by Ramsey. That shot won't go. Rebound Ward. Ward loses it. And the ball loose in the corner. Saved by Petkova. Shot by Ramsey. She had to just throw it up as the shot clock was winding down. And no basket. It missed everything. 16-9 is our score, and that is the end of the first quarter. But, Joe, pretty good first quarter.
Oh, it was. Vikings. Yeah, very good first quarter. And the Viking defense, like you say, holding William Penn to only 9 points. So defense really stepped it up, did a great job.
We'll check and see if we can't quickly get a couple of statistics for you on this game at the end of the first quarter. But, boy, you talk about poor shooting, very poor shooting for the William Penn Statesmen in that first quarter. In fact, they only shot 25%. I'm surprised it's that good.
Well, they hit that last shot. That last shot probably put them over 20. But, you know, and they've had a lot of shots rolled around the rim and came out. But really the Vikings played pretty good defense. Not a lot of wide open looks for the Statesmen, and that's what you like to see.
So Vikings with a good lead here at the end of the first quarter.
And, Kim, we want to thank Darlene Arnett. Darlene delivered us both a nice little part with candy inside for Valentine's Day, and we appreciate that.
There we go. Valentine's Day. So Joe is going to spend Valentine's Day with Candy and Darlene tomorrow. That's nice. Well, I'm trying to figure out where they got their 9th point.
Well, let's see.
They don't have a 3.
Yeah, they got a 3 at Geraldo. That one by Geraldo was a 3,
okay,
yes.
Okay,
yeah, that was a 3. That last basket they got was a 3.
All right, so they have a 3-point field goal. Vikings have only taken 1, and they missed it. So what are the 3 you're going to do tomorrow night?
I'm going to plead the 5th. You go right ahead and keep talking.
Right.
So, they say when you dig yourself into a hole, quit digging.
You just don't say anything. Okay, so here we go. The Statesman with a basketball. The Statesman with a basketball. But thank you, Darlene, for that.
Yeah, very, very nice. Darlene's a great lady,
yes,
and we certainly appreciate her thinking
we
of
do.
it.
Here's Hanson, top of the key. Double team. And gives it off now to work it around to the right side. And that is Rodriguez, Helena Rodriguez, who's into the contest. And she may be called for an offensive foul. She is, as she ran right over one of the...
Dasha Ivanova, good defense by Dasha.
Well, about everybody on this roster's played for Coach Scott. And that's her first foul. Vikings have it. Here's some pressure now by the Statesman.
Nope.
And the Vikings almost throw it away, or do they? Nope,
no.
It was tipped by one of the Statesmen at midcourt. Boy, that men's game could be fun tonight.
Well, William Penn, I think they average, 92, 93 points a game. Boy, they get up and down the floor.
Leading team in the nation as far as offense. Here's the steal by the women's Statesmen, and they're going to get a bucket. Oh, missed the shot. As Rodriguez can't hit, she is fouled, but that's a pretty good foul. Now they'll make Rodriguez go to the free throw line to earn them.
Yeah.
Ivanova with a foul.
Looked like an easy one, but missed the shot, so make her, like you said, make her hit those 2 free throws.
At the free throw line, Helena Rodriguez out of Zion, Illinois. First free throw is good. That's the first free throw that's been made in this game. Vikings 0 for 1. The Statesmen 0 for 2 up until that point in time. 16-10 now. Next one on the way by Rodriguez is good.
Vikes need a bucket. It was 16-6, and now William Penn scored the last 5 of the game.
Put some pressure on. Boyd Lockett gives it back to Ivanova. Quickly to Petkova. She's going to race up the right side with it with a high dribble. Gives it off to Ivanova. Back to Boyd Lockett. Around to Ward. Boyd Lockett top of the key. Ivanova. Back out front to Ward. Zone defense being played by the Statesman. Good ball movement. And here's Ward driving baseline. Lost the ball. Picks it up. Travel. Just couldn't get the handle on it, Joe.
Well, and Ashley had a look from three-point. I like to see her take that outside shot. She drained, I think, 3 of those on Saturday, and she's very capable from the outside.
Like to have seen her take that shot. She tried to drive and then kind of lost a handle on it. 16-11, 8:51 to go first half. Good spin move by Rodriguez. Takes it inside. Little teardrop. Won't go. Offensive rebound taken away by Boyd Lockett. Phillips went up, didn't have the ball.
Lockett says, look what I found.
And now she is going to take it baseline and maybe was fouled. Let's see.
Yeah, I think they call that maybe on Mosby. I'm not sure. No, it's on Wabarucha.
Wabarucha picks up the foul. That's her second. And McCoy will come back in, replacing whom? Petkova going to get a rest. 8:34 to go. We're still stuck on 16, however. In it comes to Dede. Dumps it underneath, wide open. Ward has a shot blocked by Phillips for the foul.
Well, Ashley was wide open. Somehow kind of curled around a screen in the middle of that lane. Nobody picked her up. Phillips recovered and whacked her, but see if Ashley can knock down a couple free throws.
Asia Roper will check in. If you are viewing tonight or listening and you're rooting for the Statesman, we're glad to have you with us on our webcast. Free throw good by Ward. Ashley has 5. She had 27 on Saturday. Second one by Ward. You missed that one. She is 1 out of 3, and that's kind of uncharacteristic. The Viking women lead the conference in free throw percentage, but only 1 out of 3 tonight. 17-11. Valley with the lead. Give it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, that could have almost been called a walk there as they get it inside to Mosby. Now back out to Roper. 8 on the shot clock, 8 minutes to go in the first half. Free throw line, Rodriguez dumps it down low, gets inside the lane. Boy, they took that shot clock down, and Wabarucha got the bucket. Good strong move inside. It's 17-13. Here come the Statesmen.
Yeah, all of a sudden, a 4-point. It was a 10-point game. Now it's a 4.
Now in trouble and throwing the ball out of bounds is Ivanova. She came across the timeline, Joe, and then stopped. And, boy, that is the perfect place for a trap.
Well, and the Vikings very sharp in the first quarter, but really having trouble kind of getting into the offense here in the second quarter.
So here come the Statesmen. At the top of the key. They'll work it there as Rodriguez around the screen. Now she'll take it right side, dump it into the corner to Roper. Roper back to the free throw line, and she's going to be fouled away on the drive. And that's on Ivanova, her second. 7:31 to go in the half, 17-13.
Coach Willie Scott's got a pink shirt on for William Penn. He's wearing Viking colors tonight.
We didn't get our pink on. I didn't know anything about it. Here's Roper. I don't think I have a pink shirt anyway. I'd have to go find one, I would guess.
I've got one. I do like to wear it.
You could have worn your pink shirt tonight. Tim Dixon doesn't have his on.
No, he didn't.
All right, after the turnover, now the Vikings turn it over. Ball loose at midcourt, and it's going to be picked up by Mosby. So the Vikes turn it over the last 2 times they've had the ball. Rodriguez, top of the key, 17-13, 7:16 to go here in the quarter. Give it up front, swing it around to the left side, lob it underneath. Phillips is there with the left hand. It's a 2-point game. Alyssa Phillips scores. It's 17-15, and the Statesmen on quite a run here.
William Penn pretty quick in this press right now. They're moving pretty well.
Now the Vikings beat that press. They get it to Ward, drives in, scores from the left side. Boy, you need a bucket. Find number 2 driving to the basket.
Yeah, big game for her on Saturday. 27 points. Really gave the Vikes a big lift. And taking up where she left off right now, Sierra Adams gets set to check back in, and Dasha Ivanova will take a seat for the Vikings. That foul comes up on Alyssa Phillips. That's her second.
Let's see if Ashley can knock this down. 19-15, Vikings by 4. And free throw's good. So Ashley, 8 points now in the early going. Here comes Rodriguez on the run. Gives it off to Roper. Dumps it underneath to Phillips. Scores again. And you can, once again, getting inside. 20-17. Phillips has 6. Boyd Lockett in the backcourt against this trapping press. Now to Adams. Back it comes to Lockett. They better hurry and get across with about a second to spare. Now the ball knocked out of bounds by Wabarucha. It'll still belong to the Vikings. Years ago, remember the women's game, you could use all 30 seconds to bring
you could. Yeah,
ball across. Now it's the same as the men's. You have those 10 seconds.
I think I like this better.
Yeah. Here's Adams.
There's that zone again by William Penn. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone.
Adams starts to work the right side, back out front to Ashley Ward. Bounce pass to Boyd Lockett. Inside the lane. They get it underneath to Meyer. Scores. McCoy with a nice pass underneath to Meyer. She lays it in.
And the shot clock was winding down. Good ball movement by the Vikings.
Roper fakes the shot, drives, leans in, and scores. Used a little shoulder push to free up some space and got away with it and scored. 22-19. Boyd Lockett ahead to McCoy. Dede has the ball knocked away, and Dede was standing out of bounds when the ball went out, when she touched it. So the ball comes back.
Now the big girl checks back in. Jessica Warren comes back into the William Penn lineup.
The Statesmen down by only 3, 5:52 to go in this first half. Rodriguez into the corner for the tie. A high arching 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Boyd Lockett with the rebound. That shot missed by Mosby. Boyd Lockett through traffic. Somehow keeps the dribble alive.
Good job by her.
Now here's Meyer going to try a 3. That's a long 3, no good. Long rebound comes away to Adams. Back to Meyer. Fakes the shot from the free throw line. Goes to Boyd Lockett in the corner to Dede. Dede fires it back out front. Ball knocked away, taken away by Roper. She'll go inside and give it off. A little flip it behind her, gives it to Rodriguez for the deuce, and it's a 1-point game, 22-21. This press has kind of bothered the Vikings, Joe.
Yeah, William Penn right now on a 16-5 run.
Lindsey Denny going to come in. Look at Willie Scott. He's playing defense over there in front of the bench. Boyd Lockett for three. This one won't go. Rebound is pulled down by Mosby, and she had it knocked away out of bounds. Lindsey Denny will check in. Haley Myers out. Vikings leading by a single point, and the ball belongs to the Statesman. Petkova will check back in. Boyd Lockett's going to leave. And Gian Geraldo back in.
I correct myself. It's a 15-6 run right now.
15-6 run for the Pioneers. They could take the lead on this possession. Free throw line jumper, no good. And a tie ball on the rebound is Ashley Ward. And Wabarucha tie it up, and I think the Vikings are going to win the possession area.
Good hustle by Ashley Ward that time. Ashley Wabarucha has a size advantage, and Ashley went right up with her and tied her up on that rebound. Vikes get it back.
You're listening to Basketball Tonight on KMMO AM Marshall, also on Moval.edu. Now the Vikings turn it over on the inbounds pass. Here's the lob underneath. Knocked away by McCoy. Taken in a corner by Adams. Slapped away from her. And it finally goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Sierra Adams.
Yeah, Vikes need to work against that press a little bit. Getting a little careless right now.
I think Adams the one that knocked it out. The Vikings don't think so, but that's going to be the call.
Play through it.
So inbounding the ball into the corner. Now they go to the high post there to Warren. Back to Roper. She'll drive in the lane. Little teardrop won't go, but a foul on Petkova, I believe. That'll be two shots. They're going to call the foul instead.
Lindsey Denny, I think.
Lindsey Denny, number 21. So Lindsey picks up the foul. And that will put Roper at the line, trying to give her team the lead.
I don't think they've ever led, have they?
Game is tied now as Roper hits the first free throw. She now has three. Phillips is back in. Well, it's a pretty deep bench for William Penn.
And most of the girls out there now did not start.
22 all. Free throw by Roper, good, and that's the first lead of the game for the Statesmen. They lead at 23-22, 4:16 to go. Up to Ashley Ward. Ward to Adams, now to Petkova, drives left side all the way underneath, gives it off to McCoy. Her three-point attempt is blocked out of bounds by Phillips. It'll still belong to the Vikings with 18 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's okay. Like to see Dee take that outside shot. She's another one that has a good touch from beyond the arc.
Adams will inbound. Gets it into Lindsey Denny. Good to see her back in action after missing about 4 games with a high ankle sprain.
And guess what? Her mom's here tonight.
Petkova tries to get it inside to Ward, and reaching in, picking up the foul is going to be Jessica Warren, her first.
So Warren fouled Ward.
And that is the 5th foul, so it should be 2 shots now for Ashley Ward, who's 2 out of 2 from the line, has 8 points. It's the 5th foul.
So Tim Dixon kind of helping the officials out a little bit, and he's right. That is the 5th foul.
Let's see if Ashley can knock him down. Club down by 1. Boy, she misses. She's 2 out of 5, and that is unusual.
Uncharacteristic for Ashley. Normally a very good free throw shooter.
This Viking team as a whole, very good free throw shooting team. Well, let's see if she can knock the second one down. And she does. So she's 3 out of 6, normally a 71% free throw shooter, hitting 50% tonight. We're tied at 23 with 3:52 remaining.
Ashley has 9 in the game.
Here's the shot from the corner. This one is no good. Ward with a rebound. That shot was missed by Neely. So Ward the other way. Kicks it off to Adams. Adams swings it around to Petkova on the right wing. High post to Denny. Hands it to Petkova. Turns, use the dribble. Now Didi's going to drive right side. Leave it in the corner for Denny. 12 on the shot clock. Back out to Adams. Adams back to Denny. Lindsey lobs it underneath. Tried to get it to McCoy and does. McCoy backs away. It loses the ball. It rolls out of bounds at the end of the Statesman bench, and it'll be Statesman basketball.
Yeah, William Penn playing a pretty good zone. They're playing a 1-3-1 zone right now, and they kind of got the Vikes out of offensive rhythm.
3:14 to go in this tie game. 3:14 in the first half.
Come on, gals. Need some defense here.
Here's Asia Roper. The Vikings had a 16-9 lead at the end of the first quarter. Roper on the left side. Vikings in a man-to-man. Roper lobs it underneath and threw it away. She was trying to get it to Phillips, I think. But it wasn't there, and she threw it over her head and out of bounds. So good job by the Vikes. They get it back. Give it off to Adams. Sierra backcourt off to Dede. Back it comes to Adams. Vikings push it to get it across the 10
Good job
line.
against the press.
They passed that ball, and that wasn't much dribbling. Here is a shot blocked out of bounds as Petkova wheels to the left side, and that ball is blocked out of bounds. So the Vikes will have it with 16 on the shot clock in this tie game.
That's Warren. With her in there, you're going to have to do some head and shoulder faking, I think.
Petkova lobs it back underneath the Ward. That shot is blocked by Ward. Yeah, she's 6'3" and every bit of it.
Got long arms, too.
Here's the pass to the baseline. Driving inside, off the glass, shot no good. Phillips had it, and it was taken away by Ward. Off to Petkova. Petkova races up the left side. She'll give it back out to McCoy. 2:20 to go in the half. Tied at 23. McCoy nowhere to go. Underneath, they give it wide open. Lindsey Denny as everyone double-teamed McCoy, and that left Lindsey open. She went to the basket. They got it to her, laid it in. Good recognition by Ashley Ward.
Yeah, nice pass by Ashley, and Lindsey Denny had the presence to cut right to the basket, got a wide open look, and gave the Vikings another lead by 2.
The only other game tonight, Mid-America Nazarene is playing at Clark. Our broadcast tonight also on KMMO Radio. Thanks in part to Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for making the broadcast on KMMO possible. They also provide us with transportation when we're on the road. Believe it or not, we won't be on the road again until a week from Saturday when we travel to Oskaloosa to take on this William Penn.
And we'll be right back here Wednesday night to take on Avila, men's and women's doubleheader. Then Saturday afternoon, the other Vikings will come here. The Grandview Vikings out of Des Moines, Iowa, will come in here for a doubleheader.
And we want to welcome into our broadcast for just a moment. Don't sit way back there. Taylor Gilkey, one of our broadcast students, going to be with us for the rest of the half and probably the halftime show. Scoot up here, Miss Gilkey. Joe Taylor plays lacrosse. So she has
lacrosse,
at 7 tonight.
Don't know much about lacrosse, but I enjoy watching.
She's a good athlete and a very good student. Into the corner. They work it now. To the Statesman. Here's a shot from the wing, and that one is good by Geraldo, her first 2-point basket. She has 5, and we're tied at 25. As quickly, here comes Petkova on the run. Petkova gives it back to Sierra Adams. Dede's going to try an outside shot. It won't go. Long rebound, fought for, comes away to Denny.
Good job, Lindsay.
Now they work it underneath to Petkova. Petkova back to Ward, or rather back to McCoy. Her shot no good. And the Statesmen come out on the run with a basketball for the Statesmen as they come quickly down court as Neely. Gives it off to Asia Roper. Roper top of the key. Back into the corner to Neely. They'll work it down low, and an easy deuce from Phillips. She now has 8 points, and it's 27-25 with a minute to go.
Yeah, it was too easy that time.
Too easy for the... now another steal, bad pass. This one's picked off. Statesman, another shot up. This one is good, and they're going to wave it off. Ooh, they're going to say that the foul was before the shot. Ooh, an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Geraldo.
Wow, that's a big turnaround. Say she used that shoulder to push off a little bit. 57 seconds to go in the half. 27-25.
Been a good, closely played game so far. Vikings led at one time, 16-6.
Dede will inbound the ball. And she'll get it into Boyd Lockett against his full court press. Long pass ahead, and it's thrown out of bounds. Did one of the Statesmen touch it? I think they did. Dede's down on the floor.
Dede got a knee in the back that time. One of the William Penn girls went up and caught her with a knee, unintentional, but caught her with a knee right in the back. So, yeah, it's going to be Viking ball, I believe.
50 seconds to go in the half. 27-25. The Statesmen with the lead. Boyd Lockett inbounds to Petkova. She's double teamed. Back to Boyd Lockett. Gives it back to Meyer. Meyer round to Ward. Good ball movement. Petkova from the baseline. Her shot won't go. Rebound Phillips. Phillips bounce pass to Asia Roper. Here comes Roper on the run. Off to Geraldo. Her outside shot won't go. Fight for the rebound and over the back.
That's going to be 3 fouls, I think, on Wabarucha. I believe that's her third.
Yep, that's her third foul, and that is a shooting foul. They'll shoot 2, as with 31.7 seconds to go in the half, 27-25. The Statesmen with the lead, but the Vikings with a chance to tie it.
And Wabarucha, one of the 3 double-figure scorers on this team, so she's into foul trouble now with 3. And let's see if Veronica Petkova can tie it up.
Ivanova will check back in for the Vikings after this first free throw by Petkova. Petkova has 4 points.
Come on, Veronica.
Her first trip to the line, and she misses it. And the Vikings, 3 out of 7 from the free throw line. That is very uncharacteristic of this team. McCoy will come out and looks like she's in a little bit of pain. Petkova will attempt another one, try to get the Vikes within 1.
Tessa Ramsey gets set to check back in.
Petkova missed both free throws.
Don't
The
see
Vikings
that.
3 out of 8.
And now about a 1 second differential between the game and the shot clock.
So they'll take the clock down. Here's Asia Roper, and she takes a look over to Coach Willie Scott. He says, run this thing down. We have the lead, 27-25. They give it off to Hansen. Hansen, 11.6 a game, hadn't scored. Down to 10, down to 9. Here's Hansen back out to Roper. Roper gives it to Hansen, a 3-pointer, good. Her first bucket is a triple, and it comes with 2 seconds to go in the half, and that'll do it for the half. A big second quarter by the Statesmen as they end up leading it 30-25. Joe and I'll be back, and we'll take a look at the scoring and statistics of this first half, plus we'll have more in just a minute.
People all over the country join AmeriCorps Vista to build their community while they build their career.
AmeriCorps Vista provides a huge network with a lot of different opportunities, so you can find the position that works for you. It's a great opportunity to meet friends. It's a great opportunity to learn job skills.
AmeriCorps Vista members address poverty through economic development, education, youth mentorship, and more.
What motivated me to join AmeriCorps Vista was really just being able to give back to the community which I represent.
We can all kind of work together, work to our strengths, and create this network.
It allows me to be giving back to the community. We are allowing our next generation to be sustained.
Learn how you can build your community and your career at AmeriCorps.gov/Vista. That's AmeriCorps.gov/Vista.
Great party, huh, guys?
Yeah, it is. So much fun.
I do say so myself. Hey, did you know that birthday parties actually help build confidence in kids?
Yeah, I did know that.
Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Right, of course.
Yeah, I knew that. Did you know that strollers have the right of way on sidewalks?
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, that's true. Did you know that friendly kids statistically have more friends?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So obvious. Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Think I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are back to Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. Joe, how about the scoring of that first half?
Well, for the Vikings, nobody in double figures. Ashley Ward leads the way with 9. Haley Meyer, Deidre McCoy, and Veronica Petkova all wind up with 4. And Dasha Ivanova and Lindsay Denny each have 2. So Vikes 25 points in the first half. For William Penn, the leading scorer in the first half with 8 points was Alyssa Phillips. She's normally the leading scorer, did not start tonight, came off the bench, but she wound up with 8. Joanne Geraldo with 5. She hit that big 3-pointer and another basket. 4 points each for Helena Rodriguez and Asia Roper. Like I say, they each wind up with 4, as does Vashti Wabarucha, but Wabarucha has 3 fouls, so she'll probably have to sit out a while here in the second half. 3 points in the first half for Sarah Hansen. She hit that 3 right before the buzzer to give William Penn that 5-point lead that they now have. And then only 2 points for the big girl, Jessica Warren. But boy, she a big difference maker inside, blocked a lot of shots.
Well, the Vikings shot 46% in that first half, so good job there. 11 out of 24. And the Statesmen started slow, but they end up shooting 44%, 12 out of 27. They were 2 out of 10. The Vikings have yet to hit a three-point shot.
Yeah.
But here's the big statistic for the Vikings. We're just not used to this. 3 out of 8 from the line, only 37.5% from the free throw line.
Yeah, neither team really shot well from the outside. William Penn only 2 from 10 from beyond the arc. And like I said, the Vikes 0 out of 6. Rebounding pretty even. The Vikes a 1 rebound advantage, 14-13. But pretty even game.
Vikings have turned it over 12 times against that press. Only 7 turnovers for William Penn. Joe, the Vikings only scored 9 points in that second quarter. So that was after 16. But that pressure, there's no question, the zone and the pressure, I thought, were the difference, and the big gal inside.
Yeah, William Penn outscored the Vikings 21-9 in the second quarter, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Tim Dixon, Coach Tom Hill will talk about at halftime, is how to attack that press. Because, you know, if you do it right, you can turn that press into easy baskets on the other end.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with more. We'll take a look at the standings going into this week's play. Wednesday, of course, another full night of action. We'll talk about it all in just a moment.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to ditch the car and start rollerblading to work.
I look ridiculous.
You look ridiculous!
You don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your organs on the black market.
Lie back. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, that hurts.
You don't need to rent out your apartment to drifters.
I made a fire with the wood in your bedroom.
That's my dresser!
And your closet door.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Well, let's take a look at the standings going into this week. Baker 20-2 after their win at Benedictine. Benedictine is second, 19-3. Those teams obviously in great shape for the first 2 spots. Mid-American Nazarene 14-7. CMU 14-8 after their loss here. Clark is 13-8. William Penn 12-9. Grandview 10-12. Evangel 10-12. Mount Mercy 9-13. Culver 8-14. If the Vikings would win tonight, they would be tied for that 10th spot with Culver. But a long way to go in this one. Avila 6-16. They'll be here on Wednesday night. And then Peru State and Graceland are both 5-17. So a lot to play for, Joe, especially we have 3 games at home this week.
You really have to take advantage of this 3-game home schedule. We got these 3, like I say, Avila, as you just said, on Wednesday, Grandview on Saturday. Then next week, wrap up the regular season with 2 road trips, one to a long way up to Dubuque, Iowa, to take on Clark on Wednesday night, and then a week from Saturday, we go to Oskaloosa to take on this same William Penn team.
All right, we're going to get Tori Cox in here for just a moment. Tori is the cheerleading coach, and some very good news for the Missouri Valley College cheerleaders as you took part of the 2017 Heart of America Athletic Conference Spirit Squad Championship Saturday at CMU and came away as the conference champion. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It felt really good.
Tell me a little bit about the competition, Tori.
There were 9 teams there, and they did all really well. We just made sure that we hit everything, did all our tumbling really well, and they came out on top, as I think they deserved, and the crowd thought they deserved.
Now, it says you finished the event with a team score of 76.75, edging out second place CMU, 74-92, so it was close. How is it scored? How many judges you have? How's that competition work?
We have 5 judges, so 3 are going to judge us on our routine, 2 are going to judge us if we mess up and have drops on the floor, whether that we need to have points taken away and deductions. So out of 5, we made it work.
Wow, that is awesome. Avila was 3rd at Mid-American Nazarene. How about the crowd? Was it a good crowd?
It was a packed stands, and they were really supportive, all teams, and it was loud in there. It was great to be there on the floor.
Now, the competition started about noon. How many rotations do you get?
So we just get to perform one time.
One time, that's it.
You got one shot.
So if you screw up, that's it. There's not like, okay, we can come out the second half and do a little better.
No way. Regionals will get an opportunity to compete twice, but conference, you do it once and you do it right.
Wow. Where were we in the order?
We came second.
Is that good or bad?
You know, sometimes you like to go out there and get it over with. Sometimes you like to be the last one the judges see. So, you know, it worked in our benefit.
All right. Where was CMU in that rotation?
CMU was second to last.
So you kind of knew and you waited, and I guess when everyone's done, then they post that score.
Yep.
And you continued to lead and lead and lead and
we,
lead.
We don't find out the scores until the very end.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have no idea if you're in first, second, or 12th.
We're blind going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that sounded exciting. Taco, this is your first year here. You cheered at Northern Iowa.
Yes.
Correct? And you came down here to take this job, and you put together a pretty good squad. What do you look for in a cheerleading squad? Because the people listening tonight, and of course on the radio tonight as well, what are you looking for in guys and gals on your cheerleading squad?
I look for highly competitive athletes both on the mat and in the classroom. I'm not so strict on what skills they may have or do not have coming in because I feel confident that I can teach them. So as long as they're a hard worker, have good character as a person, you know, I'll take them on. I'll teach them.
And you have quite a squad. You put quite a squad together. Are most of your guys and gals from this area, or they come from all over?
We have them from all over, Las Vegas to New Jersey to Miami, everywhere.
So if someone is looking at that, or they have a young man or woman in their family that's interested in maybe getting a little scholarship money and kind of do that,
a
hey, get a hold of you,
lot
right?
of scholarship money.
A lot of scholarship money, she said. Tori Cox is our guest. She is the cheerleading coach at Missouri Valley College, and it sounds pretty good to say the conference champion squad, right?
Oh, sure.
All right, next up is the NAI Regional Qualifier, February 24th and 25th at Lindenwood, so that's a week from this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Tell me about that event.
So that event will decide whether or not we advance to nationals.
Nationals are where?
They're in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And I feel like we're a strong contender for a national championship for sure. I think we have the talent, we have the routine built for it. It's whether we go out and execute or not. And so this one's a big one for us. You know, if we make mistakes, we may not go. If we do our job like we did this past weekend, I think we're a shoo-in.
How many will go from the regional qualifier?
Well, there are 12 in our conference that'll go to the regional, or from our region, not from our conference, that we'll compete against. And the first place team will get an automatic berth to nationals. So 4 regions, those 4 first places will go. After that, they combine nationally, and they take the next top 8 scores nationally.
Wow.
So it is a hard fight to get in, but I think we can do it.
I like your confidence. You're confident in this routine, right? Did you put this routine together? Did you come up with this routine? How do you do that?
Well, actually, I have a choreographer that comes in, and she was my coach from college.
Really?
And so I obviously know that she does a good job, and I just keep hiring her everywhere I go to help me out, and then we kind of tweak it and what she gives us and keep molding as we go what the team needs.
When you go to national, when you go to the qualifier first and then the nationals, will they all be co-ed teams?
Not all of them. There are some that we competed against this weekend, like Avila, that's all girl, and then there are others that are up to 10 males on the floor. So.
And what is our squad comprised of?
We have 6 guys on the mat, and then we're a team of 17 total. So another 11 there, 11 females.
Well, I know one thing, and Joe and I have commented on this, at basketball games and football games, we certainly know that your unit's there.
Well, good. We both the coaches came from a D1 atmosphere, and we don't want it to feel like anything less. So
I guarantee you
our standards are up there.
Good. Are you having fun here?
I love it. I think it's an awesome team and an awesome school to work for. So.
All right. Well, Tori, thanks for the visit. Keep up the good work, and we will keep. We'll be in next Saturday. We'll be in Oskaloosa, Iowa, when you'll be at Lindenwood, Belleville. But hey, we'll win basketball that day, and you bring it. You get us to nationals. Joe, you and I will go to the nationals to Oklahoma City with them if they go. How about that, huh?
I would love that.
All right, Tori, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for coming by. Appreciate it. Tori Cox, and she is the cheerleading coach in her first year as the cheerleading coach. And Joe, I really do mean that. We've commented on that in football season. Tori came in, she cheered at Northern Iowa, but that cheerleading squad, men and women this year, they're very noticeable at football and at basketball. It really does add something.
Yeah, and to win the conference, that's quite an accomplishment.
Yes, it
because
is.
A lot of schools in the conference have very good cheerleading squads. So congratulations to Coach Cox and all the cheerleaders. They did a great job.
They did a great job. Now let's see if we can get this basketball team to come back and take the lead. It's 30-25. It's a 5-point deficit facing the Vikings as we get ready for the second half. Joe, what was the key in that first half? I think, in my opinion, it was the press and the zone.
I think if we can figure that full court press out, and you got to beat it and then take it to the basket, get some easy buckets, make them pay. But yeah, William Penn's been in that 1-3-1 zone most of the game and making the Vikes shoot from the outside. And again, the Vikes 0 out of 6 from beyond the arc. So look for things to heat up in the second half. This is a big game right now because the Vikings, if they can get this win, they could move into a tie with Culver Stockton for that final playoff spot. And we dead even in the tiebreaker. But we beat Central Methodist the other day. I'm not sure. Let's see, Culver though, did they beat Mid-America one time?
Won, yeah. I
They
believe
beat
Culver won.
Mid-America.
They had a win,
So yeah, they've beaten a team a little bit higher than the highest team we've beaten, but that could all change here in the last week or so.
Yeah, that's one of the tiebreakers, but you're right, a long way to go. Welcome everyone everyone viewing tonight on Movell.edu. Chaz Maddie and his television production crew doing a fantastic job as usual with our pictures tonight. Joe and I enjoy bringing you the ball games. Broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, Human Service Division, Missouri Valley College. For the private use of our audience, any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. And a big thanks to everyone at Marshall, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram for making this broadcast possible on KMMO tonight, and also for providing transportation for Joe and I when we're on the road covering Missouri Valley College athletic events. Joe All has the second half, and well, I didn't do much. I got
us within 5. That's okay.
Deficit. Let's see what you can do.
Well, a big first quarter for the Vikings. The Vikings outscore William Penn 16-9. Actually led at one time 16-6 in the first quarter, but the Statesmen come back and outscored Missouri Valley 21-9 in that second quarter, and they've grabbed a 5-point lead. So, as Ken said, William Penn comes in. They're still battling. They've lost 5 of their last 6, but they're still right now, it looks like, in 6th place. Just one game out of 5th, game and a half out of 4th. So they're in the hunt. The Vikings 7-14 can move into a tie with Culver Stockton with a win. So let's see what happens here in the second. Culver gets the ball to start it. They'll bring it Asia Roper. Vikes going to start out in a zone, looks like. Like zone defense. High post, Geraldo. She had a couple big baskets. There's a shot out of the corner, and that's buried that time by Sarah Henson. Henson very quiet for most of the first half. Hit that shot right at the end of the half. Buries her second 3, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game.
Yeah. Got 6 points in a row for that young lady, Sarah Hansen.
Now a nice pass for the Vikings down low to McCoy. McCoy back head of the key. Haley Meyer wrap around into Ward. Now Haley backs it out beyond the arc into the corner to Petkova. Nice cut by Dee McCoy. Great pass is Veronica Petkova. Finds Dee McCoy cutting to the basket. Dee lays it in, but real quickly the other way comes Lisa Phillips. Beats the Vikes down the floor, and she answers McCoy's basket. Lead back up to 8.
I think we better get ready for a fast pace because we're going to have one coming up here in about an hour.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now McCoy drives in again, and Dee McCoy takes it to the rack. So I think Dee realizes she's going to have to score. Took that one right down the right baseline. Nice bag shot. She scored the 4 points for the Vikes here in the third quarter. 2-possession game. Boy, there's a jump shot by Geraldo. So both teams hotter than a pistol here to start the second half. There's that press again. Good job by the Vikes. They break it. Haley Meyer gets it across the timeline. Now McCoy head of the key. Skip pass to Petkova. Veronica cut off by Phillips. Phillips playing with 2 fouls. Now down to the baseline, Dee. Dee thinks about a 3. Now comes into the middle. And going to be a foul underneath. And they're going to call that foul, I believe, on Asia Roper. And the official looks like the old guy used to play in My Favorite Martian, doesn't he? I remember that. That's a great show, wasn't it? Now Petkova drives inside. Now ball taken away, stolen away by Geraldo. Here come the Statesmen with an 8-point lead. Henson got to stay on her. She's hit her last 2 threes. Now the ball knocked away. Good defense by Dasha Ivanova, but knocks it out of bounds. And it'll be William Penn's ball right in front of their bench. Coach Willie Scott out there to give some moral support. Vikes starting out in the zone. High post Geraldo, turnaround jump shot, dances around and goes in. So Geraldo has scored 4 points here in the second half. It's a 10-point, 39-29 lead right now for William Penn. Now the Vikes make a bad pass against that press. And, Ken, I don't know, looking at turnovers, the Vikes turned the ball over 12 times in the first half, and that was a big downfall.
No question, this press has really bothered the Vikings.
Henson on the right wing, back outside to Mosby. Mosby skips it head of the key to Roper. Roper almost walked, guarded by Ashley Ward in that Viking zone defense. Roper in the corner to Henson. Henson puts up another one. Got another one, and boy, she's on fire right now. Sarah Henson, that's her third triple in about the last 4 minutes of this game, and she's been the difference as it's a 13-point William Penn lead. Now a good job by the Vikes. They break the press this time. Now they throw it into the backcourt. So the Vikes do a very good job breaking the press, but then a bad pass goes across the midcourt line, and Vikes give it right back to the ladies, the stateswomen, I guess you call them.
I think they just call them the statesmen.
Lady statesmen, okay.
Statesmen.
All right. William Penn to inbound. Now McCoy, Deidre and Roper both go to the floor, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say Deidre touched it last, and Deidre gets up limping. But, boy, good hustle by her. She dove headlong on the floor to try to get that loose ball. And, Ken, I think she's hurting right now, but you're not going to get her out of there.
She's wrapping up one of those braces on her ankle. Yeah, she's hurting.
She made a headlong dive that time, bounced off the floor. Ball back to William Penn. Mosby, I get on Hanson. There's another three out of the corner. This one comes up short, and ball's loose on the floor, and they're going to call a tie-up, I think, underneath as McCoy down there again. And this time it'll be the Viking ball on the tie-up, I believe.
So once again, Hanson had a wide-open three from the corners. Missed that one, but, boy, she was wide open.
All right, Vikes will have to attack that press. So what is that? What looks like a 1-2, 1-1 press maybe, or 1-2-2 zone press. Now they get it into Ivanova, back to McCoy. Vikes taking their time. Good cut by Ivanova, gets it across the midcourt line. Now bounce pass to Ward. Ashley down low, shot up and in, left short. Shot by Haley Meyer short. Rebound comes away to Phillips for William Penn. Statesman up by 13 with the ball, 6:18 left to play in the third quarter. Henson again off the right wing. Missed another one. Good. Missed that one. Good job. There's Ward with the rebound for the Vikings. Here comes McCoy. Down the baseline to Petkova. Veronica drives in, and they're going to say, did somebody foul her on the baseline? I think I was kind of shielded that time by Coach Tim Dixon. Yeah, and they call a foul that time on Sarah Hanson. So Hanson fouls Petkova. That's the second team foul on William Penn, a non-shooting foul. So Dasha Ivanova to inbound for the Vikes. Petkova try to lob into McCoy, and they're going to call a push on Sarah Hanson. So 3 fouls real quickly here in the third quarter as Hanson picks up her second consecutive foul as she shoves off on Dee McCoy. Vikes inbound. Petkova. Head of the key, Ivanova. Now McCoy. Dee points to set up the offense. Now a nice left-hand drive by Petkova. Goes underneath, and she walked. So Veronica Petkova beat her girl to the baseline with the left-hand dribble and then walked as she goes down that baseline. So Vikes turn it over once again. Ball back to the Statesmen. Roper walks it across the timeline for William Penn. Now, nice steal. Petkova gets a steal from Missouri Valley. Veronica ahead to Meyer. Vikes need a basket badly here. There's a three by Petkova. Good, she got it. That's exactly what the doctor ordered right there as Petkova buries a three from beyond the arc. Makes it a 10-point game. Now Coach Willie Scott wants a timeout. So with 5:17 left in the third, timeout William Penn. They lead it 42-32.
Again, only 2 games tonight, as I mentioned. Here's the Wednesday lineup now. Clark will be at William Penn. CMU at Peru. Avila will be here. Graceland, Mount Mercy, and Baker at Mid-America. Now, Thursday night, Evangel will play at Culver and Benedictine at Grandview. The reason they're doing that is Evangel and Benedictine both will stay in that part of the conference. They'll just make the trip Thursday and stay through Saturday. So that's why they pushed those two games back to Thursday. Evangel at Culver and then Benedictine at Grandview. I think Benedictine goes to Mount Mercy Saturday. Not quite sure where Evangel goes, but they'll go to Culver and then head somewhere north on Saturday. So that's why they're playing those games on Thursday
You know
night.
what's surprising on the men's side? Grandview 16-6, Evangel 7-15, and Evangel beat them twice.
Yeah, they beat them twice.
Beat them Saturday by 2. All right, William Penn's ball here with 5:14 to go in the third quarter. In the corner, a nice drive, shot miss that time. That was by Yelatalo. Yelatalo missed the shot. Now ahead, here comes Petkova. The other way for the Vikings. Deep three by Haley Meyer. Good. Haley knocks down a three, and the Vikes have hit their last 2 triples. The first 3 knocked down by Petkova. That one by Haley Meyer. Now Meyer gets a block as Helena Rodriguez tried to go up, and Haley Meyer knocked it back in her face. Now Alyssa Phillips checks back in for William Penn. Alexis Boyd Lockett, the senior out of St. Paul, Minnesota, checks into the Missouri Valley lineup.
Again, William Penn, they've lost their last 3. They've been struggling, so let's see if the Vikes can come back here in this third quarter.
Lost 3, lost, I think, 5 of their last 6. Head of the key, it comes to Rodriguez, almost walked. There's a deep 3, good. And that 3 that time by Yelatello, as that's her first basket of the game. She buries one from beyond the arc, lead back to 10. Now the Vikes throw it away again against the press, but kicked out of bounds by Mosby that time. And she got the steal, then kicked it out of bounds right into the William Penn bench. So the Vikes get it back. 4:29 left in the quarter. There's that press again. Boyd Lockett calling for help. Now has it knocked away, and there's going to be a tie-up. They call a foul? Yeah, called a foul. They're going to call that foul, I believe, on Geraldo. Geraldo picks up her second foul.
Coach Willie Scott said, can I get one of those calls just one time?
Hey, Willie, you're on the road. Come on. Let's play through it. Right. Petkova, high post to Dee McCoy. Dee tried to drive, now cut off by Geraldo. Oh. And now they're going to call a foul on Geraldo as Geraldo grabs hold of Dee, and so Jeanne Geraldo's picked up her second foul in the last 30 seconds. She now has 3. Again, I tried a piece of the Valentine candy Darlene Arnett gave us. It's delicious.
You're still alive.
It's delicious.
You're still alive.
It was delicious.
Okay.
All right. Is that the 5th foul? Or
that's
that wasn't a shooting foul. I know. McCoy's on the line. That must be the 5th foul. First shot by Dee good. They've only got 4 fouls up there. Now they put the 5 up. So the Vikes will be shooting 2 for the last 4 minutes and 11 seconds of this third quarter. As McCoy if she can knock this one down, can make it an 8-point game.
Lavarucci will come in now.
Come on, Dee. Dee McCoy, she's a junior out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hot Springs is a great place to go.
Anna Tross getting ready to come in.
Now McCoy missed the second free throw. So it's a 9-point game. Here come the Statesmen in the corner. Another 3, good. Wow. And that 3 once again by Yelatalo, as Yelatalo's hit her last 2. And boy, Henson and Yelatalo have been the difference in this game.
Huge difference.
Now McCoy with a 3. This one off the left side, no good.
You know, Joe, a lot's happening here, but you know what? Ashley Ward has not touched the basketball about the last 4 or 5 possessions. And Ashley has to touch the ball.
And Ashley had 9 points in the first half, 27 on Saturday against Central Methodist. So you're right. She's a big cog in this offense. All right, Rodriguez. Pass down to the baseline. Yelatello almost lost it. Now the ball thrown away, but Yelatello saves it right just on the side of midcourt, but taken away by McCoy. And McCoy tries to pass it ahead to Veronica Petkova, but they're going to say one of the 2 is on the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, I think Veronica was trying to tightrope that far sideline and went out of bounds.
48-36. William Penn leads it. 3:29 left to play in the third as Missouri Valley trying to climb into a tie. With Culver Stockton. Vikes sit at 7-14. The Wildcats are 8-14. So big game for the Vikes. Now pass inside. Basket shots up and missed. That's going to be a foul against the Vikings.
Wabarucci will go to the line, I think.
And I guess Veronica, is that Veronica Petkova, I believe. And is that Veronica's first foul?
Check and see who they call it.
Yep, that's her first foul. So Veronica gets a foul, and that's going to put Vashti Wabarucha. Our trivia question for the night: how do you spell Wabarucha? She's a sophomore out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. First shot misses. So she'll have one more as Lindsay Denny comes in for the Vikings. So it's Denny, Trost, Lockett, McCoy, and Ashley Ward, the 5 on the floor from Missouri Valley right now. Wabarucha will have one more here. Valley cheerleaders trying to help her along down on the far side, and she missed them both. Oh, but an offensive rebound as Rodriguez goes up and takes this one away. So William Penn will get another opportunity. They get it down low, and the ball's up and in. What a sequence by Rodriguez. She got the offensive rebound, then finds Elisa Phillips wide open underneath. Phillips lays it in, makes it a 14-point game. That's the biggest lead of the game for William Penn. Now the Vikings into the corner to Denny. Denny fakes a three. Spins into the middle, hands out to Lockett. Her three off the right side. No good, but a nice offensive rebound by Ashley Ward. Good hustle by AW on the offensive glass. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 2 seconds. Ward with a three. This comes up short, and that's going to be a shot clock violation against the Vikings. And looks like Deidre McCoy maybe took an elbow to the midsection that time as Dee goes down, and she gets up. She's gonna do it again.
Tim thought it was a foul, but I think, truthfully, I think the buzzer sounded.
It's a shot clock violation. That's what the ruling was. It's a violation against the Vikings. So with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left to play in the third quarter, 50-36. Vikes need a stop right here on the defensive end. In the corner to Hanson. Hanson tries a wraparound pass, knocked out of bounds. That hit one of the Statesmen, I believe, out of bounds off of William Penn. So it'll go back to the Vikings as Ilatelo checks back into the Statesman lineup. And Ken, they stayed with that press, and it's paid off pretty big dividends for them.
Yeah, it was 16-9 in the first quarter. They went to that press, and they have won every quarter, every part of the game since.
Now pass ahead to McCoy. Nice save by Dede for the Vikings. Dede goes baseline off the glass. Got it. Nice take that time by Dede McCoy. And, boy, she's put the Vikes on her back. She has 7 points here in this third quarter, 11 in the game. And now Rodriguez quickly the other way for William Penn, and she's fouled.
Call it out.
That's on Boyd Lockett, I believe.
Yep.
So that'll put Helena Rodriguez on the line. She's from Zion, Illinois, a senior. She'll have 2 shots here. First shot is good. So Rodriguez knocks down the first one. She'll have one more as Petkova checks back in. Ashley Ward sits down for the Vikings.
Ashley had those 9 points, Joe. They all in the first half, I believe, weren't they?
Under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes here in the third. Second shot, Rodriguez, perfect. So Rodriguez buries a couple here. Extends the lead back to 14. Vikes need a bucket against this press. Good pass across court to Denny. Lindsay pulls up for the jumper, left it short. The rebound comes away to Mosby. Long pass down to Phillips. Phillips goes up off the glass, going to be fouled by McCoy, and that'll be Dede's third.
Well, they hustled up the floor, and the Vikings were trying to get there as quickly as they could, but they got it to the big gal, and Phillips.
Yeah, I thought they called it on Dede. So that's Dede's third. So Phillips, who has 12 points in the game, make it 13 as she knocks down the first free throw. She averages 14 a game, so right at her average now. Phillips, a senior out of Gurnee, Illinois, buries both free throws. So 54-38, William Penn. Now ahead to McCoy. Deidre goes baseline. Now ball knocked away, now taken away by Wabarucha.
Wow.
Now that press has really paid off for William Penn.
Has.
I tell you what it's done. It's gotten them moving on the offensive end, too. Rodriguez outside, guarded by McCoy in the corner. Out of the corner, three, missed that time. That was taken by Yelatello and missed it, but they get the offensive rebound. Another three by Yelatello. Missed another one, but another offensive rebound, this time by Wabarucha. Goes inside, she's fouled, and she goes right through the double team. And that's going to put Yasti Wabarucha on the line for 2 shots. And that foul comes up on Lindsey Denny. That's Lindsey's second.
A couple of offensive rebounds, and the Vikings just a taller team out there, and they are controlling the boards.
So Wabarucha will have 2 here. First shot rolls around the rim and stays in. So Wabarucha gets the roll. She'd missed her first 3 free throws, but gets this one to go. So she'll have one more here, and it's a 17-point game. Second shot by the sophomore. Got them both.
Wow, 18-point game.
William Penn, boy, hit some free throws here in the last few minutes. Now Boyd Lockett dribbles into a double team, knocked out of bounds by William Penn.
Boy, you just can't do that. They just kind of let her go to that corner, Joe, and you know from playing basketball, you go to that corner right across that half-court line, all of a sudden that's trouble. And that's where she went.
That's Devil's Island now. 5 new players come in. Devin Swisegood, Tessa Ramsey, Annette Peterson, Sierra Adams, and Haley Meyer. There's 5 new Vikings come in under a minute, 58.8 seconds left to play in the third quarter. A big third quarter for the William Penn Statesmen. Meyer gets it into the corner to Ramsey. Ramsey lobs down for Swisegood. Devin has it knocked away, now taken away. And they're going to call a foul underneath. I think they're going to call that on Swisegood. So Devin picks up the foul. That'll be her first, and that's the 5th foul on the Vikings, so that'll be 2 shots.
Joe, that's the 19th turnover on Valley tonight in the third quarter. That's tough. And a lot of it just because of this press.
Yeah, that press is paid. And I'll tell you, this William Penn team is very quick. If I had that bunch, I'd press every game.
I would too. Deep bench, some quickness, and some size. They've got it all. Good team.
All right, again, that foul on Devin Swisegood, that puts Jeanne Geraldo on the line. Boy, this team really starting to hit free throws as Geraldo buries the first one. She's got 5 points in this quarter, 10 in the game. She'll have one more right here.
They're now 11 out of 15.
Second shot is perfect. So, wow, a clinic. Usually the Vikings are the team to put on the clinic on free throw shooting, but tonight it's been William Penn. Pressure. Now good job by the Vikes. They get it across to Peterson. Back out to Adams. Now to Ramsey. Good ball movement down low to Swisegood. Devin almost lost it. Now does lose it.
They just took it away from
ball
her.
Taken away. Here comes Wabarucha.
You called it. They're quick, and they just took that ball away.
Now Rodriguez sets it up. Guarded by Adams. Down to 25 seconds in the quarter. About a 5 or 6 second differential between the shot and the game clock. So I think Coach Willie Scott wants his girls to run it down as far as they can before they take a shot. Now they get it into Geraldo. Missed the shot. Rebound Ramsey. Ramsey ahead to Peterson. Now Peterson tied up. And with the alternate possession rule, it'll go back to the Statesmen. 6.3 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Back in, guess who? Sarah Hansen. She ignited this thing with that 3 at the end of the first half and a couple threes early in the second.
Yeah, she's probably the big difference in the game so far. Because the Vikes were ahead to let happen. All right, William Penn's ball. Rodriguez across the timeline. In the corner to Yelatello. Back to Hansen. She was going to shoot the 3, but Haley Meyer goes up and blocks it. Haley looked like she hit her leg or something. Haley down on the floor right now as Haley, I don't know if somebody kicked her or what happened, but Haley Meyer on one knee right around the head of the key. As the third quarter comes to an end, it's a 20-point lead for William Penn. They lead at 58-38.
That was a 28-13 third quarter for the Statesmen. 20-point lead. The Vikings have time, but again, with 10 minutes to go, it's going to be tough. Let's take a look at a couple of the numbers for you. William Penn now shooting 46%, 20 out of 44. Valley not that bad, 44%, 16 out of 36. From beyond the arc, though, 6 out of 17, 35% for the Statesmen. Vikings just 2 out of 12. That's 17%. Again, a big stat. Vikings 4 out of 10 from the free throw line. They're normally much better than that. 75% William Penn, 12 out of 16. Turnovers, that's a big stat. 21 to 11 on the turnovers as Missouri Valley's turned the ball over 21 times. Points off turnovers, 19 for William Penn, 8 for Valley. So those are, and look at this bench scoring, Joe. 33 points for William Penn. Now, in fairness, a lot of those are their starters most of the year.
Yeah.
Vikings with 2 points off the bench.
Yeah, that's pretty big differential. And I tell you, Ken, since they've gone into this press, the William Penn, since they've gone into that press at the beginning of the second quarter, they've scored 49 points in the last 2 quarters.
Good point. Very good point. And they have 50. They normally score 73 and give up 70. The Vikings score 66 and give up 66. So it's 58-38. It is all William Penn. Well, if the Vikings are going to come back, they better get started in a hurry. We only have 10 minutes to go.
Well, we've got on the floor right now, Dasha Ivanova, Deidre McCoy, Ashley Ward, Devin Swisegood, Veronica Petkova. That's a 5 out there from Missouri Valley. Vikes need to make a run here pretty quickly. Ivanova now gets it down into the corner. There's a pass back to Dasha. Dasha inside the free throw line, hands to Swisegood. Devin puts it up off the glass too hard.
Ilatalo with a rebound.
Here come the Statesmen. Good look that time.
Yep.
They got it into the big girl, Devin Swisegood, but her shot a little bit too strong off the backboard. Rodriguez guarded outside by McCoy. Now spins it head of the key, hands to Hanson. Hanson goes to the right wing. Vikes still in that zone. Looks like there's another 3 by Hanson. She buries another one. So
she may not lead them in scoring or whatever, but her play has led this team.
Sarah Hanson now ahead to Ward. Ward drives inside, and she's going to be fouled by Yelatello. You know, and you look at Hanson, she did not score till the very last seconds of the first half, and now she's got 4 triples.
Yep.
Ashley Ward drives in. Ashley draws a 2-shot foul, so let's see if Ashley can knock down a couple here.
Ashley has not scored in the second half, still has.
Missed the first one. Ashley with 9 points all in the first half as Lindsey Denny comes back in. Devin Swisegood, the senior out of Salisbury, takes a seat.
Ashley just walks away from the free throw line. She's 4 out of 7, 72% free throw shooter.
Usually very reliable. Knocks down the second one, so Ashley gets 1 out of 2, 61-39, William Penn. Statesman in no hurry right now. Like sporting those very, very attractive pink uniforms tonight. They look very nice. Now Ivanova goes to the deck, no call. Good pass inside as Rodriguez drives inside and finds Geraldo wide open underneath. Geraldo lays it in. 63-39. Now Petkova. Veronica spins, missed the shot.
A lot of one-on-one there.
Wabarucha across the timeline for the Statesman. Rodriguez. Head of the key, guarded by McCoy. Rodriguez has got to spark this offense. She's hadn't scored a lot, but she's made some good passes. Now she hands back to Yelatello, who drives inside, and Yelatello is fouled.
That's on Lindsey Denny, her 3rd, I believe.
Yep, that's 3 on Lindsey. Coach Tim Dixon wanted a charge on that, but they call a blocking foul on Lindsey. Tim wanted either a travel or a foul, offensive foul, one or the other.
So he switched to travel.
I'll take anything you can give me. All right, now Petkova. Oh, good job by Veronica. She knocks it off Geraldo's legs. Good hustle by Veronica Petkova. Veronica, the junior out of Montana, Bulgaria. She forces the steal. Good hustle that time.
Yes, really. She plays hard all the time.
Yeah, she does.
She's out there.
She does. There's that hated press again. McCoy ahead to Ivanova. Head of the key, Petkova. Now Veronica just drives down the middle, hands back to Ashley Ward. Now Ward goes baseline. Outside, McCoy. Now Petkova down to 9 on the shot clock. Lindsey Denny puts up a 3. This one bangs off the back of the rim, no good. And boy, that time, nice hustle by Petkova. As Petkova and Wabarucha both going after that loose rebound. I tell you, Veronica was not going to let go of that, was she?
No, that was a good job by her and Ashley Ward. But As you said, Wabarucha was right there, and she held on to it as well. So William Penn looking pretty good, up by 24 with just 7:42 to go.
You know, for a good part of this season, this William Penn team was right up there near the top of the conference. They've fallen on hard times here the last couple weeks, but they've had basically a pretty good season. And now Hanson buries a three, but it's not going to count. I think they call an offensive foul on Elisa Phillips. I think Phillips set a screen and somehow pushed off. So that foul comes up, I believe that was on Phillips.
Yeah, it was.
And that's her third, so Vikings get it back. Hanson buried the three, but it won't count. Ivanova over to Ward on the right wing. Now down to Petkova. Good pass. Ivanova cuts back door. Oh, missed the layup. Great pass that time as Veronica Petkova hit Dasha Ivanova. Ivanova cutting back door, just couldn't get it to fall.
Vikings are now down to 41%, 16 out of 40. And from beyond the arc, just 2 out of 13.
7 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in this one. 63-39. Vikes led at one time by 10, 16-6. They led 16-9 at the end of the first quarter, but it's been all William Penn since then. And Wabarucha gets a pass inside, goes up strong, and she's going to be fouled. Basket counts. Chance for the three-point play.
Anna Trost, who's wearing number 35 tonight, will come in.
They call that on Dasha Ivanova, I believe. That'll be Dasha's third foul.
Dasha's saying, I'm 5'6", and she's 5'11", and she's a pretty good-sized gal. That wasn't fair.
And she pushed me.
Yeah, she pushed me, but anyway, that's the foul.
Wabarucha tried to complete the three-point play. She's got 6 points in the game. First shot good. No, I'm sorry, that's three-point play, so she's got 8 points in the game.
Yep.
66-39. There's a steal by Rodriguez. Jump shot, good. Well, everything going the way of the Statesman right now as Helena Rodriguez gets a steal, buries a jump shot. Now William Penn fouls in the backcourt, and that foul is going to come up on Rodriguez.
Boy, they're keeping that press on, and Joe, that is now 23 turnovers for the Vikings.
Yeah, that hurts. This is about the best press I've seen all year.
Yeah, good. This team's good.
Yeah. All right, Vikes ball. They get it in the backcourt to Ivanova. Vikes going to have to hurry here. They're down by 29 with 6:50 left to play. Ramsey. Tessa, high post to Trost. Tries to hit McCoy back door. Now Ward picks it up. Deep three by Ivanova. This one pinballs out. Good offensive rebound, Tessa Ramsey. Good hustle by the gal out of Melbourne, Australia. Right wing over to Ward. William Penn content to stay in that zone defense. Now a good hustle by Hanson as Hanson goes down. Tried to take it away from McCoy, but they're going to say, I believe, that Hanson got Dede on the arm.
But 6:22, Vikings running out of time here.
That'll be the third foul on Hanson. Be Vikings ball underneath. McCoy now knocked away.
They are quick.
Good hustle that time by Asia Roper. Knocking it out of bounds. It'll still be Viking ball, though.
They are quick.
Yeah, they are quick. Very quick. I'd say the men are going to be fairly quick, too.
Yeah.
All right. Outside, I think the men rank number 2 in the country, aren't they?
Lead the nation in scoring.
Yeah. All right, Ramsey. Tried to get a pass down to Ward. Taken away by Wabarucha. She wants to go coast to coast.
Wow.
Oh, flips it up. That was an off-balance, underhand shot by Washti Wabarucha, and she puts it in there. All of a sudden, it's a 70-39 game.
12-1 to start the fourth quarter.
Wow. McCoy. Now it knocked away. Dede gets it back. Tessa Ramsey jump shot from the free throw line. Oh, headed down in. It rolls out. Anna Trost. Good hustle by Anna as Anna goes up. Got the offensive rebound. Somebody knocked it away, but then Anna goes to the floor and saves it. And with the tie-up, I think the Tim Dixon, they get a tie. I think they got a timeout. So good heads-up play by the Vikings. They call a timeout. That's the good news. The bad news is Vikings trail at 70-39 with 5:45 left.
Well, if the Vikings can't make an unbelievable comeback, they'll drop to 7-15, and they will stay a game behind Culver. And Culver Stockton, again, with a win over Mid-America. So Culver would have the tiebreaker there with defeating a higher seed. And the Vikings will be in 11th place with Avila coming in. And Avila just a game behind the Vikings if it stays this way. So that'll be a big game because Avila owns a win over the Vikings. So the Vikings will need to win that game Wednesday night to keep from being in a tie then with Avila.
And Avila really playing much better now. It took them a long time to get their first conference win, but now they've reeled off 6 of them. So they're playing much better now. All right, it's going to be Viking ball underneath. 5:45 left to play. Alexis Boyd-Lockett will inbound it. Gets it into Sierra Adams. Now head of the key to McCoy. Dede will set the offense. Down to 7 on the shot clock. McCoy throws up a runner. Missed it, but she's going to be fouled. So Dede McCoy, nice take as the shot clock was winding down. And that's going to be the 4th foul, I believe, on Alyssa Phillips. They've only got her with 3. I had her with... Well, maybe that's only 3. I had her with 3 already.
Too, but I guess she just has the 3.
Okay. All right, that's going to put Dede on the line. McCoy will be there for 2 shots. Dede's first shot good. So McCoy's really been most of the offense for the Vikings in the second half. She has 8 points. And they've only had 7 other points beside her 8. Second shot by Dede, good.
Peterson checks in. Ashley Ward is out, and I think for Ashley, kind of a frustrating night. Not one of her better. Worked hard, but
double figures, had 10 points, but
not as good as she's been playing.
No, she's really played well. Really played well
last month.
Vikes will have another shot at this team in less than 2 weeks. A week from Saturday, we'll be in Oskaloosa. So good job by Roper. She goes right between a double team, hands it down low. Good play by Asia Roper. She finds Alyssa Phillips wide open. Phillips lays it in. 72-41. Now William Penn backs out of the press. Sierra Adams off the left wing. Good. Sierra Adams knocks down a 3. As Sierra Adams is the freshman out of Peoria, Arizona. Now quickly the other way, they get it ahead to Phillips, and she lays it in.
30-point game, 74-44.
18 points for Alyssa Phillips on a 14-point average. Just under 5 minutes left to play. Boy, the Vikes 16 points in the first quarter. Then the offense has just gone south since then.
Another turnover.
Now ball taken away by Roper. Here she comes the other way, puts it up with the left hand, and she's going to be fouled. So Asia Roper takes it coast to coast, fires it up with the left hand, and she's going to be on the line for 2 shots. I think that foul comes up on Alexis Boyd-Lockett. That'll be her second. Asia Roper, a senior out of Aurora, Colorado, on the line for 2 here. First shot, missed it. That's one of the few misses they've had here in the second half.
If you're listening to KMMO AM Marshall, mobile.edu. Thanks to Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for making this broadcast possible on KMMO.
Second shot by Roper, got it. So Roper gets 1 out of 2. 4.5 minutes left to play. Vikes back here on Wednesday night to take on Avila. Come on out and watch them. Got that big win over Central Methodist on Saturday. Just couldn't quite duplicate that effort here tonight. And now the ball knocked out of bounds off of William Penn. Vikes will keep it with 4:23 left. Now on a Trost checks back in for Missouri Valley.
I was talking to Coach Willie Scott before the game, and we go up there a week from Saturday. He said it's something because the way the men are playing, they pack that place, and he said it's quite a show anymore.
Now, nice cut by Annette Peterson. She cuts right down the middle but misses the runner. Yeah, they really had a great season. When you're ranked number 2 in the country, you got to have something. Now Elena Rodriguez goes right over the back of Dede McCoy. And that's a couple of times Dede's kind of faked a little bit and got a William Penn player up in the air.
Should be 2 shots, so we'll walk down and shoot free throws.
So we'll come the other way as that foul, I think, is on Rodriguez. Yeah. That's her 3rd, so Deidre McCoy will be back on the line. Dede, let's see, I've got her with 11 points in the game. 13, got a 13 in the game.
We're talking about the atmosphere up there, and I guess, we like that gym. It's kind of a small gym, close to the floor, and I guess they are packing at every game.
Well, we'll get to see it firsthand here. You know, it's kind of funny. We made our first broadcast trip of the year to Oskaloosa to play William Penn in football.
Pick our last.
And now our last regular season trip in basketball.
We'll be there.
McCoy's second shot good, so Deidre gets both free throws. Good game for her. She's got 15 points. Now she'll come out of the lineup as Michelet Higa checks in for the Vikings. I know it's a long way up there.
About 3.5-hour trip.
Roper outside, deep three by Hanson. Got another one. Boy, she's been the difference in the second half.
Yep.
Sarah Hanson, that's her 5th three. She's got 15 points, and she broke it open early in the third quarter. Higa over to Peterson. Peterson's three misses. Rebound, Wabarucha. Down to 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in this one. It's all William Penn.
It was 30-25 at the half.
We're not going to read the score any more than we have to right now.
Wow.
Right wing to Rodriguez. Head of the key. Henson fakes a three. Good ball movement by the Statesman. Vikes still in that zone. Roper down low. Ball up and in. Basket and one as they get it ahead to Lisa Phillips. Phillips crashes in strong and a chance to complete the three-point play.
I have her with 20 points now.
Yeah, she's got 20. Didn't start tonight. She's the leading scorer on this team, but Anna Tross gets a foul.
Joe, the bench scoring 46-5.
Whoops. And Phillips buries the free throw, so give her 21. Now Lockett. Boyd Lockett. High post now goes on a Tross, can't hang on. Here comes Wabarucha, takes it to the basket, missed the flip shot, but she's going to be fouled. She's kind of got that shot patent. It kind of comes from the right to the left and kind of side body slings it up, and that's a couple times she's gone in there and drawn a foul. She'll be on the line for 2 shots. Vasti Wabarucha. Spell that, we'll give you $500,000. First shot, no good, huh?
I'll give you a couple pieces of this Valentine's.
All right. First shot, no good. She'll have one more.
Somebody'd spell it and I'd say, now I'm in trouble.
I better get my checkbook out.
Go to Dr. Humphrey and say, I have a little problem here.
Don't have that much limit on my credit card. Whoops.
We made a bet on the Viking Sports Network.
Second shot by Wabarucha is good. Hey, we got to have a little humor here late in the game.
There you go.
Peterson, head of the key, Ramsey. Over to Michelet Higa. Lockett with a three off the right side. Too strong. Rebound, Roper. Down under 3 minutes left. Henson thought about another three. Now gets it back outside. Rodriguez will set the offense for Coach Willie Scott. And this team's really looked good here tonight. William Penn with this win, they're going to move to 13-9 in conference play. That's going to put them right in the hunt for that fourth place spot. There's a deep three off the left side by Wabarucha. Miss. Nice rebound, Boyd Lockett. 2:22 left. Now, kick is Rodriguez. Goes for the steal, kicks it out of bounds. 82-46. Now checking in is Tyra Johnson. She comes in for William Penn.
Phelps leaves with 21 points. Good game.
For the Vikings, it's Lockett, Ramsey, Higa, Tross, and Peterson on the floor right now. That ball knocked out of bounds by William Penn. Now coming back into the lineup, Morgan Neely. She started, has not played, I don't think, at all here in the second half.
Well, if he was sending a message to his starters by not putting them in to start the game, they got the message. They have played well.
I think they might do a little full court pressing next game.
Yeah.
It's been very successful for them here tonight. Really turned the game around. Now Ramsey misses a shot for the Vikings. Neely, other way for William Penn. Guarded by Michelet Higa. Down under 2 minutes left to play. Stop and go Rodriguez over on the left side. Now ball knocked away by Lockett. But Neely gets it back. Almost walked with it. Hands to Rodriguez. 4 on the shot clock, and that's going to be a double dribble. Coach Tim Dixon helped the official call that one. So down to 1:40 left. again, Vikes will be back at home on Wednesday night. Don't forget the men's game to follow here tonight. The William Penn Statesmen, the number 2 ranked team in the country, as Ken said, the top offensive team in the nation. There's a shot by Ramsey, misses. Now knocked out of bounds. Last to touch it was Neely.
Vikings are down to 36% shooting, and the William Penn shooting percentage climbs to 53. They're really doing well in the second half.
1:27 left to play. Lockett, runner in the lane. Missed it, but a nice offensive rebound and a stick back as Tessa Ramsey gets her first basket of the game. Tessa got good offensive position, and her parents are here, and she scores for them. Now down to 110, and William Penn in no hurry. Rodriguez. Over on the right side is Jelena Webb. Now Tyra Johnson drives inside. They're going to call Johnson for a walk as we're under a minute, 52.5 seconds left. This is a postponed. This game was originally scheduled to be played at middle of January that week. Yep. The big ice storm was predicted. They moved it back to tonight. So Hika tried to pass it across to Tessa Ramsey, knocked out of bounds by one of the Statesmen. Vikes retained possession.
Men's game should start right around 7:30, maybe a few minutes after that tonight.
Vikes to inbound. Higa, nice pass to Ramsey, now knocked away. Peterson gets it back. Her 3 in the air missed. Good hustle by Anna Trost. Anna tried to go over the back, and she knocks the ball out of bounds. So back to William Penn with the 32.6 seconds to go. They've controlled the game since right before half.
Yep.
Sarah Henson hit that 3 to give the Statesmen a 5-point lead at halftime, and the Statesmen have not looked back.
Joe, the second half, 52-23, the score.
Yeah. That's
and
good.
It all started with that 3 right before the half.
It did. It sure did. A lot of games you go back to one play, and if you do that in this game, that's the play. All right, here comes Vikes get a steal. Here comes Lockett. 5 seconds. 4. Lockett picks it up, and she's fouled with 2.3 seconds left to play. So nice take that time by Alexis Boyd Lockett. She's a senior out of St. Paul, and she will be on the line for 2 shots here. Alexis is a senior. First shot, good. So Alexis in the scorebook, as that's her first point of the game. She'll have one more. Again, 2.3 seconds left to play. So William Penn, again, the Statesmen are going to move to 13-9. Vikes are going to fall to 7-15.
Tim takes a timeout.
Tim takes a timeout with 2.3 seconds left to play.
Don't save them.
Can't take them with you.
Can't take them with you. Might as well use your timeouts. It's 82-50. Again, it was all that we've said it before, but Sarah Hansen ends up with 15 points. But her 3 right before the half, and then she hit one on the first possession of the second half. And that and the press, those two things just seem to turn this game completely around.
Pretty good zone defense by William Penn, too. They Vikes did not shoot the ball that well from the outside. And they kind of cut Ashley Ward off on the inside. Ashley's had some big games down on that baseline, but the Statesmen seemed like they knew who she was tonight and really did a pretty good job defensively.
Well, the Vikings just 3 out of 19 from beyond the arc. That's 16%, and their shooting percentage is down to 35%, 18 out of 51. So just wasn't a good shooting night, and have to regroup and wait for Avila to come in about 48 hours.
Well, normally if you're going to beat a zone, you've got to hit those outside shots. All right, it'll be William Penn's ball. 2.3 seconds left to play. Vikes will put on the press, inbounds, and that's going to do it. So William Penn, Statesmen trailed 16-9 at the end of the first quarter, but then they had a big 3 quarters, and they come away with a big 82-50 road win.
So the Vikings get the win. We'll talk to the coach and more in just a moment.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present. When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium. When I grow up, I want to be a warm place on a cold day. When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash. I want to be a bike that races around the country. When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail. I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch. I want to be a skyscraper. I want to be When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
We are back in the final. Well, it was a tough one for the Vikings in the second half. Tim Dixon joined us just a couple moments. And, boy, Coach, tough second half. I tell you, their press and zone defense, and they didn't shoot the ball very well, and that culminates in what happened tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we shot 28%. So, I mean, you're not going to win many games when you shoot 28%. But, you know, they pressed us. They're athletic. We knew they'd do that. And, you know, for some reason, we just didn't respond very well. So, you know, hats off to them. I mean, they're above us for a reason. And again, you know, it's just one game. And now we know what to expect. I think the girls know what to expect when we go up there. So it'll be a fun game.
Well, and Coach, good thing about this week, you don't have to wait long. Avila's coming in. That's going to be a big, big ball game.
Yeah, and again, we were missing kids at Avila, so that'll be an exciting game. We know what to expect with them. So hopefully we'll be able to, you know, play a little better defense and shoot the ball a little better. We didn't shoot it very well tonight, so that'll be the difference in the game, I think, for us, obviously. And that's the difference in every game. You just got to make buckets to win, and we didn't do that tonight. And that's off to William Penn. I mean, they pressed us and we, you know, made us look bad. We had 25 turnovers.
Yeah, 25 turnovers. And Coach did just everything. Didn't even shoot free throws well. And for this club, that is a rarity, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 61%. We only missed 2 in the second half, but we missed 5 in the first half. So, you know, again, they're nationally ranked for a reason, but, you know, I mean, is what it is. So luckily we play them again. I'm excited. We'll see how we do up there. And we got to focus on Avila. We got to get a win. I'm not sure how everybody else did tonight, but hopefully we will.
Yeah. You know, the only other game tonight was Mid-America Park. Everybody else off until Wednesday. So anyway, let's get ready for Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Get this one and move on, right?
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
So the Vikings lose. Tough one today. 82 to 50 was the final score. And Joe, let's run over the scoring quickly, and then we'll get ready for the men's game. Not much more to say about this one. The Vikings.
Let's get out of here as quick as we can. For the Vikings, good game for Deidre McCoy. Deidre wound up with 15, also in double figures. Ashley Ward with 10, 7 each for Haley Meyer, Veronica Petkova. 3 points in the game for Sierra Adams. 2 points each for Alexis Boyd-Lockett. Also 2 points for, looks like, Dasha Ivanova had 2 points. 2 points for Lindsay Denny, and 2 points near the end of the game for Tessa Ramsey. For William Penn, they had 4 players in double figures. We'll just read those for you. Big game for Alyssa Phillips. She winds up with 21, 15 in the game for Sarah Henson. I'd say she's the MVP. She hit those 5 threes and really gave this team a lift at the end of the first half, start of the second half. 13 points for Jeanne Geraldo and 12 points for Vashti Wabarocha.
All right. So, the Vikings, tough one tonight, but hey, not much time. Avila's here Wednesday night. We'll be back on the air at about 5:30 for that one. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or other use of the content of this broadcast without the express written consent, Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Tonight's game being broadcast on KLMO Radio in Marshall, as well as on Movell.edu. Big thanks to Albert Howland, everyone at Marshall, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram for making this broadcast of KMMO possible. Tell you what, it's dangerous over here. Basketball flying around and everything else. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Should be a fun one as the Vikings take on the Statesmen. Joe and I will be back in about 20 minutes.